to think about and questions to ask when hiring an SEO agency for your moving company. I think I'm going to start at the most important things and then drive down to other ancillary items that you can use. But first and foremost, aligning one of the best things to do is to align what outcomes and results look like for success. And the reason for it is in SEO, there are 1,000 things you can do. I mean, when I say 1,000, 10,000 things you can do. And in SEO, you could get so stuck into doing so many things. And that's where issues come into play, because what happens is the SEO company starts to do all these things, and yet you're not seeing the needle move on either specific keywords you're looking for or more leads or whatever it is. And next thing you know, there's a disagreement or a disalignment in what you were hoping the outcome would be with working with an SEO company. And that is where a lot of the times at a general high level, that is where things fail. So the number one thing you can do is to align with the SEO company that you're about to hire and go, here's what success looks like. Let them show you what success looks like, and let that then align and have that discussion of here's what winning looks like. Here's what success looks like in 3 months, 6 months, 12 months, and beyond. And that right there makes it very clear, because at the end of the day, every SEO company is going to say, well, look at all the stuff we did. Look at all the blogs we wrote. Look at this, look at this, look at this. And if you're not getting the outcome you want, you should not be working with that company. Now, you may have set wrong outcomes and expectations that are not possible. What maybe you believe they're possible, and they realign you and say that's not really possible. You may want results in 3 months when it actually is going to take 12 months. Now, that is a choice you have to make of going, well, then I'm going to go find another company who says they can do that. And so some knowledge behind the choice, I think, is wise. Just like it's very easy to say, I want a $100 million company, but do we have the stuff set up and structured for that? Likewise, a lot of times you've got to go into SEO going, I need outcomes. It may take time, but let's get some outcome checkpoints on the way through. And if an SEO company is not willing to do that with you, that's going to be already a hard relationship where we can get a lot of alignment out of the gate. So you've got to align with what winning looks like. Now, you can choose what winning looks like, and you can choose timeframes on which winning looks like. You may say, hey, after 12 months, I want to have totality a minimum of a 3 times ROI, meaning if I spend $30,000 on SEO, I want at minimum $90,000 in revenue in return, or a going rate, meaning a recurring rate of like, hey, the last 4 months means we would go on track to make another $90,000. And so there's different ways you can put outcomes in terms of revenue. It could be leads. You can say, hey, I want to increase leads in my organic channel. Again, we want to get to the outcome because all the stuff can get done, and you have to align on outcome. If you want more visibility on Google Business Profile, do you want more search results on keywords? Do you want to rank for keywords? Because we've had companies and clients that come to us and say, hey, we want to, rank for XYZ. And it's like, well, that may not be the best rank for it, may not bring the most leads. And they go, no, I want that. Like, I want to win there, right? And so that alignment of outcomes is very, very clear to understand what needs to be done. So this alignment is very key when having a discussion with the SEO company, so that you align with the outcome and the winning side of things. So there's that. In SEO, there's 1,000 things you can do. And when you do these thousands of things, you've got to get that result. Now, the second thing is when you talk to every single other SEO company, a lot of the times they talk about the same thing on a surface level. This is where things get juicy, okay? So they're going to say backlinks, local directories, guest posts, niche edits. They're going to say all these things, blogs, right? And what is one of the wisest things you can do when talking to this SEO company is go, what quality is that? So for example, you may have somebody that says, look, I'm going to get you 15 backlinks. Well, backlinks are awesome. But bad backlinks are detrimental. I can go buy 15 backlinks on Fiverr really, really quickly and be done. But those backlinks are not valuable. And yet somebody could get one very valuable backlink and get that valuable backlink and be game changer for the whole thing. We've got a process that we've got built in where we get guest posts. And the idea with what a guest post is in SEO is you're going to a website that already has authority and traffic, and you're basically saying, let us write an article for your website. And oh, by the way, since we're writing the article for your website, we're going to pay you to do this, and we're going to pay you to get on this blog or whatever it is. But we're also going to link to our client in a very specific way. And what that does is it boosts the client's SEO rankings, value in the eyes of Google. Well, you can do that with crappy websites, with really good websites. Imagine getting a backlink from whitehouse.gov, and it says the number one moving company to move when you're in the tri-state greater Washington area is XYZ Moving Company. That authority and that blog and that article has so much more weight than some blog that was spun up that has no value. And yet at the same time, they're called the same exact thing, a guest post. And so one of the things you can do is get the details. And if they can't give you those details, I would argue they may not have as good of a process or understanding of what they're providing value for. And so if someone says, hey, what is one of the questions you can ask for, let's say, guest posts is why or why not do you do them? And then more importantly, okay, of your guest posts, what kind of traffic quality goes to the guest posts? Back in the day, we used to just say it's traffic. Well, what if that traffic's all from India? We don't want that. We want USA traffic. We want a certain amount of USA traffic, and we want a certain amount of traffic that's within the last year. Now, we can go find blogs that have crappy traffic, that have traffic that was like from 3 years ago and that all the traffic died in the last year, and still call it the same thing. So backlink, guest posts, niche edits, everything in SEO is all the same words and language. It comes down to the quality and the ability to get quality. Quality costs money and time. And so a lot of the times you spend more money, you get better quality, but that is not ubiquitous. I know companies who charge triple what we charge and get the same quality that we charge. I know clients who basically blow their money because they go, well, this client, this SEO company is willing to give, I'm trying to think of a number that's real, 100 backlinks a month. And Travis, Rotate Digital, I'm making this number up. Rotate Digital is only going to give me 30. Well, 100 crappy backlinks versus 30 backlinks can make all the world of difference when the backlinks are powerful. And I show people all the time, they go, well, look at this. Look at this website. They have, 5,000, 7,000 backlinks. It's like, cool. That's awesome. Look at this one. It's one of our clients. It's got 150 backlinks, super powerful backlinks. And oh, by the way, it's doing better than this company. So now again, you can go into you need an array of backlinks, and that's all real. But the idea is, everything sounds the same in SEO. So to combat that as an owner, dive deeper. Ask questions like what kind of traffic, what kind of quality, where, what kind, how much, what kind of recency, and they may not know everything, especially maybe the salesperson, but they should know at least enough or should go, I don't have the answer. And you go, well, I really need the answer. Go, well, let me get back to you with that and compare that quality. So those two things are going to be by far the biggest things you can do to win. When you partner with and questions you should ask when you partner with an SEO company. What is the outcome? Align on the outcome and align on and get the details on the type of, quality within the backlinks. Now, these are ancillary, and I'll go quicker on these that are really powerful. What kind of expertise does this SEO company provide? I am not telling you that an SEO company that does multiple industries is not valuable. What I am telling you is, again, going back to quality and type of vendors and type of links that these companies are providing, I am telling you that sometimes yeah, it can get mushy as you have to expand, right? I can't hit a target from a mile away with a shotgun, but I can do it with a sniper. Same thing. I am very focused in the moving industry. If I bring up a new industry, we've got to get really good vendors in there. And if I'm taking my moving industry vendors and trying to get, e-commerce sites ranked, it's not going to do as well. And so you really got to understand their expertise in their arena, understand what they have hedged against. The other thing is, I would say we've already talked about quality, but what does results look like? They've got to give you a good understanding of when and what results look like. We've already talked about outcome results. So then let's talk about when do I start seeing results? And again, I'm making a ubiquitous statement, but 9 times out of 10, if someone's promising you the world in SEO in 3 months, it's 9 times out of 10, it's just not worth it. If they're saying, hey, 90 days and you'll be number 1, I can promise you can work with Rotate Digital, and in 90 days, we'll get you number 1. It just won't be anything valuable. So again, be careful with all this catchy, fancy, information that's out there, and get down to what kind of results should I see. We have a very clear process, and to be fair, it's not really that sexy, but it consistently wins. And I would say that's the key. We don't sell the dream. We don't sell fog and sell you the dream that you're going to be a millionaire overnight, but we do sell you a long-term process. And technically speaking, 84% or somewhere around there of our clients that stay with us through the process get an increase of SEO market share and a return on their money over and over and over again. That's pretty good odds. And I then would go and say, what is your success rate? Do you know a success rate with your clients? If anyone says, oh, dude, 100% of our clients are always winning, I'd say they don't either have enough experience or clients, or they're BSing you, because everything matters in the eyes of Google. I can take a really bad company and do okay with them and not get them great results, and do my same process on a really great company that's running a great brand that Google's valuing. There's lots of traffic and lots of things going on that we can't see, but Google sees, and the same process does really well. And so I think a company should know how well and how often do your clients win. We track internally that number. We want to know exactly how many of our clients are winning and at what stages and at what point. So that's another great question to ask. Another one here that's popped up is, how do you handle losing clients that don't provide you results? Great question to ask. What happens when I leave? Is there any kind of contract that says XYZ will or will not happen? We see all the time clients getting held hostage of their website. Your website, that's a valuable asset. Don't lose your website. Now, sometimes it's like within the first 12 months as part of the contract. So instead of having to pay $5,000 up front, you pay that out over the course. Well, you've got a contract for that, so that makes sense. But you'll get that held hostage. We've seen clients where they've switched over to us, and the SEO agency then goes and removes all the backlinks that they worked on over the last 6 months, a year, whatever it is, and removes them. And then they start with us, and then they tank. And we have to tell them, dude, you've had so many backlinks removed. Your company that you just left, that you didn't really trust, probably a good reason for, just removed all that stuff from you. It's a reality of what they can do, and you have to be aware of it. So do you trust this company that if you decide to leave them, do you trust the value and the brand of the company that if you decide to leave them, they're not going to screw you over? They're not going to do unethical and what I believe is unethical, immoral things to you and your company, because they can do it. We have the power to tank companies. They do have that power. And the reality is, people do it. We see it happen to clients who leave us and go somewhere else. So there are so many other questions. I'd love to do another segment on this if we want to bring this up, but these are so many questions, but these really go through some of the top things you need to be asking an SEO company and thinking through in order to make sure you're as successful as possible. Think about these questions and ask these questions when you're hiring a hiring an SEO company.